So my name's Bobo, I'm from Liverpool, I'm 24 years old and...
Oh God, my name's Annette, I'm from Liverpool also, from Bootle, and I'm not 24 years old. I'm 31 as of Monday, just gone. And
we met in the pub on a Wednesday night.
We did, we met in the Pilgrim.
And she hasn't left me alone since. Today we're in our shop, which is called The Vapory. We are a vape shop based in Waterloo in Crosby. Yeah, our shop's been here, it'll be 5 months next week I think, but we've had the shop for 6 months and took about a month for us to set it all up.
So yeah, it's quite new, brand new.
Fairly new, still babies, still learning.
We do it because we love what we do, and it's a chance for us to not have a boss, it's a chance for us to not be told what to do, it's a chance for us to not be looked down upon, it's a chance for us to make our future for ourselves rather than begging, please, can I have some more? We're doing it ourselves, which is anarchism. So the tattoo on my neck, it is a mandala, which is a Buddha symbol for universal peace, and inside the middle of it I've got an anarchist day inside the love heart, which is essentially the same kind of thing but from a different perspective. What a lot of people conceive anarchism to be is to be chaos and disorder, and that's not the case at all. What anarchism is, it is socialism, it is communities coming together for the greater good. Not about like destroying legislation, it's not about destroying the system, it's about creating a different system. It's about creating a communities that work together, that look out for each other. So a lot of people think in anarchism, under true anarchism, you wouldn't have jobs, you wouldn't have this, you wouldn't have money, blah, blah, blah. But it works on like trade to trade. I had a pretty normal kind of childhood. My parents were together until like I was the age of 16. Got a little sister and lived quite close to my family. My nan and granddad lived 2 doors away from where I grew up, and then my aunties and uncles lived 3 streets away on either side. I didn't really do too well in school. I didn't get on with it. I didn't get on with any of the regimes that they put you through when you were in school. Education wasn't for me at the time. So after I left school, I got quite involved with politics. I got involved with the Occupy protest back in 2012, and through that I squatted, I protested, all kinds of direct action for the next like 2-3 years, to the point where I moved to London and lived in a tent in London for almost a year. Capitalism isn't the root of all evil as far as I'm concerned. It's not great, and then especially the capitalism that we live under is greed. It's not just capitalism, because without capitalism we wouldn't have clothes, we wouldn't have blah blah blah, we wouldn't have cars, we wouldn't have anything. Capitalism in its essence, why it's strong, is greed, not the actual capitalism itself. So the Occupy movement came from the Arab Spring uprising in Egypt in back end of 2011, maybe the early part of 2012. A load of protests happened because of money and people not getting what they need in terms of money, where there's too much money in one side of the section and then other parts of civilization are suffering. They're not getting enough money to feed the kids, not getting enough money to feed themselves. So a lot of crime happened because of that. So much so that all the people started rising up, and then from that it sprung a massive worldwide movement that in every single major city in the entire world had an Occupy camp. Some of the most notable ones were Occupy Wall Street, which is obviously Wall Street in New York City, Occupy London in St. Paul's Square, and everywhere else, every other major city had an Occupy camp. Liverpool had 2 at one point, and after a little while it just fizzled out. The bad weather came and we had to go indoors, and once we were indoors there wasn't enough people to hold down enough squats, so we couldn't get out to do direct action as much as we would have liked to, because under this old Section 6, which doesn't exist anymore, for a squat to remain legal, at least 3 people need to be inside that building at all times. So when there's only 10 of you at one point, you can't go out and do direct action when there's only 7 people, because you're just a nuisance and you're not actually doing what you set out to achieve. So quite a few of us from Liverpool, we went down to London because there's still 150, maybe even 200 people involved with the London ones. So we'd have our voices heard a little bit more there, because united we stand and divided we'll fall. I feel that I wish I'd stayed on for another month or 2 and maybe had some kind of input to help it not happen. Ultimately, it was going to happen no matter what, because when 100 coppers in full riot gear come and try and move you on, they're going to move you on. But when you've got 50 smelly hippies, you're getting moved. But if I was still there, I would have tried to make it as hard as possible for them. I weigh 23 stone and I am a hell of a dead weight.
I'm alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, feeling really tall right now.
Yeah.